What's up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer a Day with TK. It's Saturday afternoons, July the 3rd, and I'm hanging out in the beer shed getting ready to check out a new beer. I had the grace of God, the divine intervention. The lawn mowing has stopped for a few minutes. Hopefully it stops for the rest of the video, and I can make it through in one shot here without having to be interrupted by the lawnmower Olympics that generally go through my neighborhood. Anyway, as it's a holiday weekend, I have on my best barbecue shirt, my sky blue Guyabera, and I'm getting ready to check out a new beer. The beer that I have here is from Modcraft Brewing, and they're right here in Findlay, Ohio. And this beer is called Survivor's Serenade, and this is a Rosé Golden Ale. Now, what's cool about this beer is this is a collaboration brew that's done with the folks from Open Arms Findlay. And basically, Open Arms is a nonprofit organization that works in Findlay, Ohio, and they deal with people who are victims of domestic violence and sexual abuse. So this beer was brewed as part of what Modcraft calls the Smash series, and what that means is single malt and single hop. So this beer is brewed with Vienna malt and Belma hop. Is one single malt, one single hop goes into the brew. And I was talking to the guys over at Modcraft yesterday, and it was a really cool story. Basically, they're very civic-minded and community-oriented, and what they do is, I think they said quarterly, they're going to do a beer and basically donate all the proceeds from that beer to whatever the charity is, which is pretty cool. Now, a lot of times when you see breweries doing kind of collaborations or beers to help out nonprofits, you know, a percentage of the sales go to that charity. And I always think, like, what are they going to give them, 30 cents for each $7 beer that you bought? In this case, they're getting all of it. So if you go to the brewery, they have it on draft, or you can get cans to go. And every single dollar made off this beer actually goes to Open Arms Findlay. And if you're interested in checking them out, go to openarmsfindlay.com. You can see the work that they do. It's really worthwhile stuff. So it's always cool when brewers team up with the community and try to help out a little bit. So, you know, good job there from the guys at Modcraft. Now, another little bit of news. Next weekend, I'm hoping to go down to Modcraft and do our second Beers with the Brewers in the series. It's one of the things I'd like to do more as breweries open up and we're allowed to travel and interact with other humans again. So if things go as planned, Anderson will be down next weekend, and he and I will head over to Modcraft and sit down with them and talk about this beer, the Smash series, and, you know, basically what it's like to open up a new brewery during the year of the pandemic. So it should be pretty cool. All right, it's enough yapping on my part here. Let's check this beer out. This is 5.2% ABV, and like I said, this is a Rosé Golden Ale. I picked up one of these cards when I was at Modcraft yesterday, and it kind of shows you all the beers they have and gives you a little rundown about, you know, each of them. So this here is the Survivor's Serenade, brewed with pomegranate and raspberry to reminisce a sweet rosé. Community Smash Project Ale, brewed in support of Open Arms of Findlay. All proceeds are donated to Open Arms. What I also thought was cool, when I went to their Facebook page, they actually had photos of the guys from Open Arms brewing the beer with them. So this isn't something that's done at a distance, right? This is actually collaboration, real collaboration, where they work together, brewed the beer, and then the proceeds will go, you know, to a worthwhile cause there. So, all right, let's give this one a shot. Going with my Modcraft glass as well. Got a little bit on my hand. You can tell right away it's got a really interesting color to it, right? I mean, this is supposed to be, you know, reminiscent of a rosé wine, and I think it hits that right on the head when you see that color. It's kind of golden with like a red hue to it. It's a nice looking beer. Moderate amount of carbonation, not tons, but you do see some bubbles, you know, floating up there. As far as the head, it's probably easily 2 fingers worth of nice white frothy head. I was trying to see if it has that red hue to the head. A lot of times when you have beers done with raspberries or pomegranates or, you know, whatever kind of fruits, you kind of see it in the head as well. There'll be like a bit of a purplish or a red hue, but I don't really see that on the head. It looks like it's just white. Well, it's still a decent looking beer. Let's give this a shot. No, not lucky enough. You hear it? It's back, weed whacking. Smell, kind of like a funky fruit smell, kind of like a berry smell. I would say this. I don't think it distinctly smells like raspberries. And I guess if you have the raspberries and pomegranates mixed together, you can tell that it's like a fruity, berry type smell, but I can't say that I pick up, the raspberry by itself or the pomegranate by itself. I'm not sure I even know what a pomegranate smells like. I know what it tastes like. Yeah, it's got a nice smell to it. Let's give it a shot. Cheers. That's nice. Um, I would say medium light bodied. Definitely nice, smooth texture to it. That would go down real easy. As far as the taste, I think you get a little bit of a slight bit of malt, but you pick up those fruit flavors. They really come through. The one thing that's kind of cool, I think that the pomegranate and raspberry work well together. So obviously raspberry is a little sweeter and pomegranate is probably a little more tart. When you first take a sip, you kind of pick up the sweetness of the raspberry, and then it kind of blends over or goes over to the kind of tartness from the pomegranate, which is really a cool combination. And I will say this. A lot of times when you see brewers use multiple ingredients, like a whole list of different things, I don't know, in my experience, I think you pick up a quarter of them and three-quarters of them are kind of lost. In this, you don't have a ton going on, obviously. You just have the raspberry and the pomegranate, but I think you can distinctly taste those two different things. So you get kind of like that sweetness, but it's not cloyingly sweet or too much. And then you get kind of the tartness of the pomegranate that comes in, and I think it works really well together. Rosé Golden Ales aren't something that I see regularly or drink regularly, so I was kind of excited to give this a shot. And I think that they delivered. I think it came through, and it is what it's supposed to be, and it actually tastes good. So, one of the things, it's always great to buy a beer that supports some kind of charity, but if that beer sucks, you would have probably been better off just sending the money directly to the charity. In this instance, this beer is actually good. So yes, it helps a good cause, but even if it didn't, and you just drank the beer on its own and measured it based on the merits of the beer itself, it's a quality beer. It's a good beer. Now, the fact that it does both just makes it that much more impressive. So, Survivor's Serenade from Modcraft Brewing, you would get a big thumbs up. I would definitely drink another one of these, and I probably will go and pick up a few more before they run out. So, if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Please hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And as always, you got any comments or questions, jump in down below. If you've tried this beer or any of the other beers from Modcraft, let me know what you think of them. Do you have any beers from your area that are kind of collaborations that are designed to help other charities or nonprofits? Let me know what they are below. It's always great to try to help the community, right? Hey, until next time, have a great 4th of July weekend. Stay safe. Cheers.